4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? So I'm going to teach you how to key map the PlayStation Portable on Emuelec 4.7 Cologne version of the R36. This is probably going to be pretty helpful to a lot of you because I know these come completely set up wrong and none of the controls work on the PlayStation Portable. So I'm going to teach you how to access the menu and key map it properly without making mistakes, and what to avoid so that you don't create a bigger problem for yourself. So smash the like button, subscribe, show me a little love, and let's get started with the video. Okay, guys, so you bought one of these and you ended up with a clone. It has Emuelec 4.7 on it. I'm going to show you because a lot of times when you get these, the systems that you want to play, like PlayStation Portable, the keys are not mapped correctly. So today I'm going to show you how to properly key map your system like PlayStation Portable so that everything functions how it should. So I'm actually getting ready to wipe this SD card and transfer it to another one. So I'm going to set this one up, and before I wipe it, I'm going to show you guys how to set this up, how to open up the emulator settings and get this set up. So the first thing we're going to do is come in here and we're going to choose a game. I'm going to get Spider-Man 2 going here. So once we get Spider-Man 2 going, I'll try to bring this up closer so that you guys can see it clearly. So I can see that this is SSPP emulator that is currently activating right now, if you guys can see that. So, and I did turn the brightness down in hopes of you guys being able to see this easier. So, all right, cool. So game's up. Now, we need to get to the PlayStation Portable menu so that we can make some changes. So what we're going to do is hold the select button down and B at the same time. And that brings up SSPP emulator. So what we're going to do, and be very, very, very careful when doing this, guys, okay, because one little mistake can screw up the entire system. So use your arrow keys to move this around. I'm going to try to show this to you the best I can at different angles, and hopefully you guys can see what I see here. So I'm going to go down and go to settings. I'm going to choose my settings here. B. So B is select, A is back, and we're going to go down to controls. I'll let you guys see that again there. So you can see that the top one is graphics, but we're going to go to controls. I'm going to push B. Okay, and then we're going to go over here to controller mapping. I realize it whites it out, but controller mapping, there you go. And you can see that there are multiple keys set up for individual buttons. And we just want to change these over so that it's just one button doing its job. So the D-pad would be this. So what I'm going to do is push over. I'm going to get to the D-pad, and you'll notice that this one says D-pad up. So I'm going to push that. I'm going to press B. And it's going to say, select your new key to map. I'm going to push up, and there you go. Now it has erased all the other keys, and it sees D-pad up as D-pad up. So now we're going to go down. I'm going to press B, and I can see this is D-pad down. So I'm going to press B to activate it, down. And there we go. D-pad down is now set. So now we're going to go D-pad left, B, and then we're going to go left D-pad. And then we're going to go down to right D-pad, B, right. And as you can see, it is individually changing these so that there's not multiple keys signed onto one thing. So if you know how a PlayStation Portable or PlayStation 2 controller looks, we know that the O is this button. So it goes O, X, square, triangle. So I'm going to come down to the O. I'm going to press B. And then I'm going to choose this because I know on the controller this is O. There we go. And now we're going to go down to, let's see what's next, X. So we'll press X. And this has now become the select key, I think. So we'll go like this. And we'll press X. There we go. And we'll come down again. And we'll press. So it's altered the buttons now. So now this is the select button. As soon as I changed the X over, it made this the select button. So now I'm going to push down. We know that this is square, so I'm going to press this, and I'm going to go square. And then we know that this is triangle, so I'm going to press this, and then I'm going to go to triangle. And there you go. You can see that all these have been individually mapped. So now we're going to go down to the start button. I'm going to press A. That's the new select button now that I've changed some of the control settings. I'm going to press A again. So A over to the start, and I'm going to choose the start button. And now I'm going to go down to select, and I'm going to choose the select button. Then this is left trigger, and this is right trigger. So we're going to make sure this is on L. I'm going to press A, and we're going to press left trigger. And now we're going to go down to right, and we're going to do right trigger. There we go. And now we're going to do analog stick. So let me get all the analog on the menu here. So we're going to start with analog up. So I'm going to do this. And make sure you're pushing this directly up. Up. If you think you got it wrong, press it again and try again. You want this to be as smooth as possible. So I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure I'm accurate. There we go. And now we're going to go to analog stick down. So press A, down. And now we're going to go analog stick left, left. And now we're going to go analog stick right, right. There we go. The entire system has been mapped properly. There's only one button functioning each key now. So now what we're going to do is go left. I'm going to go all the way down until I can access the back button. Don't push anything extra until you can access the back button. Once you get down to the bottom of all this, I'm going to hold it down until I get to the bottom. I'm going to press up once and over, and then down, over, and back. There we go. And now we're going to go all the way down until I can get to the back button there. So there's the back button, back. And then up here at the top, it says continue. I'm going to go to continue. And now this should be mapped correctly for all of your games. So now you've key mapped the entire PlayStation Portable system. So everything should work exactly how it should now. And we're going to test that by starting the game so I can make sure that things are good to go here. So we're going to go to saved game. There we go. We're going to go to load. Yep. Okay. Excellent. Going to go back, and now we can go to continue. All right. Let's see if Spider-Man 2 works how it should. When I push up, he should go up. When I push back, he should go back. Left, right, all that good stuff. Okay, cool. All that and jazzy blah, blah, blah. That's awesome stuff. All right. Left, forward, backwards, forwards, left, right. Perfect. Things are doing exactly what they should be doing. All right. So we've mapped it correctly. Now, when you want to get out of here, press start. Obviously, that pauses it. But I would wait until you get to at least a save menu. That way you can save your state. But push these two buttons at the same time, and that'll take you out of PlayStation Portable. But for all the games now, you have mapped the emulator correctly for all the games. So now whatever you set these switches as, right, that's exactly how it's going to play for you. And if you have to go back and redo it, do it. But here's the one thing I want to reiterate on, because I'm going to start something. I'm going to show you guys what to do here. So I'm just going to start Spider-Man 2 again. Okay. Once it starts playing, I'm going to show you what not to do. If you make a mistake, just correct it with the buttons. Do not do the next step here, because this is a big mistake. Oops. That is not what I meant to do. I meant to pull up the options menu for the emulator. All right, let's open this up one more time. Once it starts playing, we're going to hold down select and B at the same time, which will pull up the PlayStation PPSSP emulator settings. So there we go. I'm going to do that. And let me see if I can get you guys in here so you can see again. I'm going to go down to settings. This is the biggest mistake people make. We'll go down to controls. We'll go to controller mapping. Whatever you do, do not hit clear all. If you do this, the entire emulator will stop functioning. You won't have any button controls other than the D-pad. You won't be able to select or do anything. So whatever you do, if you make any mistakes here, just redo it. Just go back to the button, click on it again, and then set it as what you want to. Do not ever hit clear all. You will lose the entire emulator control mapping and never be able to access it again or play PlayStation Portable. You'll basically screw yourself. So I'm going to go all the way down. We're going to get out of the back. We're going to go back until we get out of the settings again. Back. And then I'm going to go all the way down until I get to back again. Oops. Back. And then I'm going to go to continue game, continue. And now I'm going to exit the platform. So there you go. On Emuelec 4.7, just so you guys can see, let me push the back button. On Emuelec 4.7, there you go. Emuelec ES version 4.7. That is how you adjust the controls on the PlayStation Portable and key map it properly for what you're trying to do. Once you set that up, you never have to do that again. Unless you make some changes for whatever reason, you should never have to do that again. But now you know how to access it if you have to. I hope that helped, guys, and I'll catch you on the flip.